Today on Football Analysed, the Big Six, the term given to the six biggest clubs in the Premier League: Tottenham Hotspur, Manchester City, Manchester United, Chelsea, Arsenal and Liverpool. The teams that rule over English football have produced some incredible moments this year. But who has been the best player from each of these teams this season? Today we are choosing the best player from every Big Six team. Before we jump into it, I have to ask you to subscribe, and why not? Because you'll receive high quality football analysis posted every single Monday, Wednesday and Friday. Let's go. Arsenal are coming off the back of a pretty bittersweet season. On the bright side, Arsenal finished their Premier League campaign with 89 points and made the UCL quarter-finals. On the other hand, they got no silverware, losing the Premier League title on the final day, and they were knocked out of Europe by a relatively weak Bayern side. But however you want to look at it, Arsenal played incredible football this year, absolutely destroying teams through brilliant coordinated build-up, clinical counter-attacks, and the best set-piece stats in the league. We could say so many players when deciding Arsenal's best. The contenders are players like Saka, Odegaard, Saliba, Havertz, Trossard, Rice. But when it comes down to it, I think it's only fair to give it to Declan Rice. Declan Rice, as a new signing, came to Arsenal and provided 15 goal contributions as a defensive midfielder. However, it isn't goal scoring he's known for. His unique poise while carrying the ball, his otherworldly confidence is what makes him stand out. Declan Rice can pass the ball, dribble from box to box, and score goals in the most important of moments, as we saw so many times this year. Despite finishing second in Arsenal Player of the Year, I say Declan Rice is the Gunners' best. Chelsea. For Chelsea, the season hasn't been quite as positive. They started off terribly, losing to the likes of Brentford, Forest and West Ham. It was so funny. But things started to pick up. The players started understanding Pochettino's playstyle and it shows. Chelsea managed to climb up to 6th by the end of the season. And a bit of a side tangent, but can you guys believe that Chelsea sacked Pochettino? You keep him when you are losing game after game to tiny teams, and then your players finally start to adjust. The players are starting to understand. The results are coming thick and fast. And what do? You sack him. In my opinion, that is an absolutely stupid blunder from Chelsea. But back to their best player. It's fairly obvious. Cole Palmer. Cole Palmer is a phenomenon. Look at the stats. Look at the highlights. Cole Palmer is one of the most talented young players in the entire world. 37 goal contributions this season. Cole Palmer can pass the ball perfectly, dribble any defender in his way, and finish absolutely clinically. After not being able to find a concrete place in the Manchester City squad, to come to a failing Chelsea team and to do that, it is incredible. Liverpool. Klopp's last season with Liverpool has also been bittersweet. At the beginning, they looked like 2020 Liverpool, ripping teams apart with clinical build-up and finishing, with an impenetrable defence. But as the campaign came to a close, Liverpool choked. The engine keeping them firmly in the title race came to an absolute halt. In 2 weeks, Liverpool found themselves eliminated from the Europa League, basically eliminated from the title race, and left with nothing to play for. But if we want to pick a best player, there are so many options. Luis Diaz, Alexis McAllister, and of course Mo Salah. But I think many of you guys will agree with me when I say Alexis McAllister had the best season for Liverpool. A fairly underwhelming 10 goal contributions is completely overshadowed by his incredible composure, dribbling, passing, and uncanny ability to score Puskas-worthy goals. The Argentine has developed into one of the best attacking midfielders in the world, and I am incredibly excited to see what's next. Tottenham Hotspur. As a Spurs fan, I will be the first to admit I am very concerned about the state of my club. After starting the season undefeated for 10 Premier League games, Spurs fans, we were just beginning to dream of a day where a major trophy would grace Tottenham with its presence, but no. Injuries took out the likes of James Maddison, who was never the same on his return, and Mickey van der Ven, the 6'5" white guy that can run 36 k's an hour. This, coupled with Premier League managers figuring out Ange Postecoglou's very simple suicide ball approach, would result in my team looking awful in the latter stages of this season. 4-0 to Newcastle and the double to Wolves. 4-0 to Liverpool. It was very painful. But as to our best player, it wasn't really a debate. Heung-min Son played out a great campaign, racking up 27 goal contributions, and despite missing a heap of season-changing chances, he was definitely the best we had to offer. Manchester United. I think many football fans, including myself, are starting to come around to Manchester United. Despite the Red Devils losing 3-0 to lower mid-table teams being an unparalleled source of entertainment and laughter, I enjoyed watching them beat City in the FA Cup final. Erik ten Hag, some would say, has found his feet after 2 years at the club, and their next season is filled with Mancunian excitement. But who has been their best player this season? The standout player is definitely Bruno Fernandes. Not that he's had an incredible season, but rather that he's very consistent in the fact that no matter what, he will deliver multiple great passes into the box, leadership, and some cracking shots on goal. He is certainly one of the best at this position and is certainly the red side of Manchester's best player. Finally, Manchester City. Despite being knocked out of the UCL by Madrid and losing the FA Cup final to United, any season where you win the league on 92 points has to be called a success. The consistency, the chemistry, the oil required to win 4 Premier Leagues in a row is completely underrated. And at the heart of it all lies the best midfielder in the world, Kevin De Bruyne. KDB is a player of absolutes. Absolutely ridiculous passing, absolutely precise shooting, absolutely thrusting dribbling. Kevin De Bruyne is a joy to watch. If I could choose any player in the world to come to my team, he would have to be first on that list. Kevin De Bruyne is easily Manchester City's best player. Thank you for watching and I hope you enjoyed. For high quality football analysis posted every single Monday, Wednesday and Friday, subscribe to Football Analysed and I'll see you guys in the next one.